Hello and welcome back, it's Repulsive Raccoon, aka your favorite trash panda. Today we are playing Raiders of the Blackveil again, and we are going to be trying out Beatrice today. She is an amazing support unit that has really good upside on damage, with a few perk combinations with the Druid and Mage, allowing you to kind of CC enemies and do a lot of damage. Here's the gear we're using the Iron Horns Guard Fist, Robe of the Last Pope, Vandal Wax Slippers, Botanist Gloves, Goliath Eye, and Pendant of Inner Wrath. And we are going to be trying her out on Liberator difficulty today, and let's just get right into it. If you find yourself enjoying the content, hit that like and subscribe button as it's greatly appreciated. We are packing a few more bandages than we normally do, just in case we encounter the sewers room kind of early. Let me dodge all of this. This character, the way it works is you summon these kind of seeds on the ground, and you gotta awaken the seeds. That way they can do damage for you. We'll take Double Guardian here. We want some armor plates. Attack has a chance for Throwing Hammer, and Special has a chance to grant armor plate. It already does, so granting us 2 armor plates would be super huge. We are going to go with the max HP here. So one of the things we're going to be focusing on is trying to pick up a bunch of Guardian perks, a bunch of Druid perks, and hopefully get some Mage perks on top of it to kind of help out with damage. And then the Candle Wax Slippers is just to help us do a little bit more damage on top of everything. We only got a few enemies left. The start of this is going to be pretty rough just because this is a kind of support character, so we're not going to have pretty much any damage at the start, but that's okay. Hopefully when we hit our first shop, or get a few really good perk options, we will be able to ramp up our damage quite a bit. Hopefully get a few really good Mage perks. They just tie really synergistically with Druid. We took care of these spinning enemies. We don't want to use too many of our dashes just so we can still, you know, dodge the enemies, but we do want to use them as much as possible just to trigger our Candle Wax Slippers. We did get some Mage. Hopefully something good. Defense freezes. That could be really good just because our defense also kind of activates and heals, so we'll take it. Both of these not necessarily the best, but I'll just go for the equipment. Maybe we get lucky and snipe a legendary or mythic. And we should be leveled up soon in order to grab our ultimate ability. And that defense already coming in pretty nicely. Make sure you're throwing down your Q ability. That way you're getting those extra armor plates. Let's get some more black coin. And we'll go for more perks here. We have enough black coin that when we get to the shop, we'll be able to buy a lot of it out. And hopefully our first mystery room is the sewers. That way we're able to just buy a bunch of perk upgrades. And we did already get a legendary, which is kind of crazy. There we go. Let's see what we got. We got more Candle Wax Slippers. Actually pretty fitting. Our inventory is still full. Let's see what there we go. It is not better than what we currently have, but it is still a legendary, so that is a nice pickup. I don't think I'm going to take Warlock here. It's nice for the max health bonus, but we are going to need a decent amount more damage. I'll go with Guardian here. Stunning an enemy taunts it. I'll take that. The taunted enemies, if we get some good perk combos, deal less damage to us. And then hopefully this is sewers. Free perk is also nice. We can definitely not complain about that. We'll take some priest here, just so we don't use too many of our rerolls. Defense resets the cooldown of our offense. I will gladly take that. We're just going to go for another perk here, and thankfully we are going to be approaching the shop rather soon. Hopefully we get some more mage perks at this point. But to make sure we are using our defense and not just kind of abusing our dodges. Because we still need to make sure we are dodging all the enemy attacks being thrown at us. Taking a decent amount of damage here, that's okay. Okay, I wanted to see if I can, like, place the defense on top of the enemies. That way, it just automatically hits them and freezes them. We got a druid. Defense creates a small area on ground, or killing has a chance to enrage. Let's go for the enrage there. And let's just get our defense leveled up more, just because it does heal us. It does heal us, and it does freeze enemies right now, so I feel like our defense is probably the best thing we have next to, obviously, our ultimate. Let's get these candle wax slippers out of here. And we are just going to go for the damage reduction. We don't have a lot of damage, so fighting the mini-boss would be kind of a slog. Don't want to really worry about that right now. Gonna activate. Okay, so if you use your right click but you dash, it will cancel your ability. So definitely don't do that. We're gonna summon our plant guy there, that way he can help us out a bit. And there we go, we got some more plants activated and easily cleaning up these rooms now. A lot of this character is just making sure you have pretty good seed placement with your Q, lining this stuff up, and then using your right click to activate multiple at the same time. We're gonna keep going for our defense here, and here's our first shop. So hopefully we end up getting some pretty good damage and maybe even some more survivability. Some nice mage perks would be greatly appreciated. While enraged, just star spins around us, we'll take that. Defense creates an area on the ground dealing damage. Gladly take that. Another special charge is really huge for us, just to get more armor plates. Periodically shoots a burning missile. Our special blesses us. Killing a burning enemy permanently grants +1 attack damage. Special grants a barrier to us. Whenever we're blessed, we gain ability power. Freezing an enemy spawns 3 healing orbs. Can't complain about that. Attack on a frozen enemy shoots a chilling missile. Let's see what this mage perk is. Chilling an enemy grants 30 ability power. We're going to do a lot of chill. Let's pick up this crit chance. And I'm not going to have enough if I reroll again. That is periodically strikes. That's bless damage. So we'll take the bless damage just because of what we currently have going on. And we'll just go for more perks. So now we have more special charges, which gives us more armor plates. It also gives us a barrier, which is going to help out a lot. So we have a barrier on top of armor plates. And let's see what we are able to do now. Killing a burning enemy, permanently granting us that, like, max kind of stacks is super nice. We're just going to dash out of this spinning enemy's way. Yeah, because every time we dash, we set an enemy on fire, so that's a really huge synergy for us. And there we go. I'll go for more Guardian here. Gained 15 max health as ability power. We're going to be getting a decent amount of max health, so we'll gladly take that. And let's get our defense kind of just all the way maxed out here. And then we will probably end up focusing on our special and then our normal attack. Here's a mystery room, so hopefully it is sewers at this point. Just to get a few more perks. It is sewers, that is very nice. So hopefully we get something good here. That's priest, which is good. Druid and guardian, all stuff we want. When an armor plate is destroyed, trigger enrage. That's an assassin. We'll go for the guardian. Dash throws a stunning hammer. That's perfectly fine. That is a monk, so we'll skip that. Let's grab this priest perk. Defense creates a healing area on the ground for us. That's another monk perk. That gives us poison. We might go with this common monk one here. We have a decent amount of bandages. It's better to use these early on. Offense triggers Zen. I'll go for the other monk one here. This next one should probably be a true healing, or it's not. We're going to be pretty close, though. Gain more healing power. We're down to 3 bandages, but that's okay. We got a decent amount of perks out of it. So we should be in a pretty good spot right now. Obviously, we still got to play pretty careful. Well, let's use both our specials. That way we have it ready. And then just trigger all our plants to immediately start off with. And activate those plants. And we are becoming a pro gardener. We're just going to use our offense to trigger all these plants. And we're actually doing really good damage right now. We got more mage abilities. All purple. Okay, let's see. Offense shoots a way forward that burns enemies and heals. Or burning an enemy that is already burning triggers an explosion. Freezing an enemy. All of these are insanely good. We do so much burning, so we're going to go with combustion. But all 3 of these are super good perk options. And I will go with the true heal here just to be at max HP. One could make the argument for max HP just because we have the HP to ability power right now. And then if we get the Guardian perk, max HP to attack damage, that would also be a really nice pickup. Already sitting at almost 1500 HP though. I don't think I'm going to go with the super elites. Just because we don't have a whole lot of dashes. I know we have the armor plates to help us out with survivability. But at the same time, if we get kind of like trapped in a corner, it'll be a bit difficult to deal with that. So we'll just summon a bunch of plants. And we got some few small enemies. I gotta make sure I'm dashing to set enemies on fire. Just because I get that permanent attack damage now. And then use our offense to trigger all these plants. And there we go. We're going to get our special on a shorter cooldown. And we could honestly go for more priest. I think I'm going to go for more priest. Hopefully get some more bless action. And defense creates a small area on the ground. Or bless attack reduces all cooldowns. I think we gotta go with the bless, right? Because we already have so much healing. The Robe of the Last Pope has a 33% chance to bless us. And if that's reducing all our cooldowns, we can end up getting a lot more plants down. We're gonna go with the black coin here, just because we don't really have a use for the shop. And hopefully get a decent amount. And we have a legendary chest. Gonna throw down our plants. Freeze these enemies. Activate more plants. We just got a few left. And honestly, we're doing pretty good damage-wise. We're gonna take our offense, or not offense, but our basic attack. Let's open this legendary chest. Just got a few equipment out of there, not bad. There's also a locked chest here. We're just gonna open that for even more coin. We also got a bandage out of it, which is super nice. And depending on what the mini-boss gives us, we might actually take it here. Because I'm pretty confident in our abilities at this point to kind of deal with it. Make sure we're extracting all our gear. And it is double black coin. So I am going to risk it here. Hopefully we don't take too much injury. And hopefully it's Candlestick Boss. If not, that's okay. Okay, thankfully it is the Candlestick Boss. We are on fire, so we got to be a little bit careful. Hopefully the boss walks back into range of our ultimate. It did not. That's okay. We're just going to stack up a bunch of seeds. And then activate all our seeds. That way they can all hit the boss. And we're doing really good damage against this mini-boss. Just watching out for all these just random attacks coming our way. And there's more ads. This fireball's still chasing after us. Activate all these seeds. And boss should be dead here in a second. There we go. There is the mini-boss down. And we got a decent amount of black coin out of it. I'll go for the max health here. Max health, which is giving us way more damage. So, it is a little bit unfortunate with our ultimate how if the enemy kind of moves, since it's a plant, it's a melee plant, so unfortunately it won't hit enemies if they step out of its kind of range. So you got to be pretty good with its placement. Got a ton of books, but that's okay. We're just going to activate all our plants. Freeze the enemies with our defense. And there we go, more max HP. And we are going to just take our special here, just get that the max level at this point. Because the more plants we get down just equal more damage. We got a mystery, so hopefully it's a free chest. Another sewer room isn't bad depending on what it gives us. It's all 3 warlock. We're not going to take those. And we are at the first boss. Let's see if we are able to kill him. Let's not extract our band-aid. We are going to need that. And let's see, we're probably going to start off just summoning our special on top of us. And then activating both of them. And using our ultimate. Just to get a lot of damage early on. Didn't dash in time there. We are out of dashes. We do got to play smart. Activate all our plants. Sometimes kind of hard to juggle plant placement with trying to do good DPS. We froze everything though. I'll freeze everything again. There we go. All the ads were frozen. We're going to use our special here just to summon more of them. The boss is going to start spinning. We are out of our dashes, so we got to be careful. And there we go. Loop 1 has been beaten. So we do just got to make sure we are careful with how we do use our dashes. If the boss starts spinning on us and we don't have any dashes, that's not going to be it's not going to be good at all. We are just going to stay looped for this one. I know I do it a lot. Actually, we're going to continue just because the kind of theme for the second area is kind of more with forest and stuff, so I feel like it'd be kind of fitting for this character. And back to plant summoning we go. And there we go. There's our first perk option. We are going to reroll this. We want Mage, Druid, or Priest. Let's go with more Druid at this point. We got the Mythic Druid perk. While enraged, attack has a 50% chance to blast an enemy. While enraged, attack has a 25% chance to shoot burning missiles. Okay then. Let's go with cooldown reduction, just so our abilities are on a shorter cooldown. Kind of interested to see how this works. So once I kill an enemy, I believe I go in rage. So let's go to all our plants up. And it looked like we might have gotten the blast there. I'm not entirely sure. I probably got to get a few more Druid perks. That way I can actually trigger the enrage kind of damage bonus. Because I think the only one we have right now is on kill. Our plants just killing the enemies from afar is always fun. We got more Druid. We could also go with a more Mage, but since we got the Mythic perk, here we go. Special triggers Enrage for us. That's going to be super nice. Let's go for more ability power. So our special is doing a lot for us. The special is triggering Enrage. It's giving us a less. It's probably doing other things for us too on top of it. So there's that Moonbeam Blast that kind of like falls from the sky right there. But there we go. And let's get our special all the way maxed out. Maybe we'll get more black coin. That way our next shop we're able to buy a lot more perks again. Just spawning our plants just to start with. The Moonbeam doing a ton of damage as expected from the Mythic perk. Gotta make sure we're staying on top of our summons. But here is more black coin, so let's throw out the black blood. We just don't need any more of it. And let's go mystery room. Hopefully we get either free perk or treasure chest room here. We got the free perk, which is super nice. And we are going to go for more mage here. Offense heals and burns. An armor plate destroyed, shoot 2 tilling missiles, or blessed attack has just a chance to freeze. Let's go for the blessed has a chance to freeze. And this is perk and attack speed. I think I have to go for this, just because it's 2 things that are super good. The enemies have mortar, so we just gotta make sure we're kind of sniping them off. That way we don't get overrun. Looks to be a decent amount of small enemies, so we just gotta be careful. There we go. break all these generators. We got a bandage out of that one. We're just going to do a nice little freeze on top of them, activate our plant in the meantime as well. And off to deal with the generator we go. So far, I really like the kind of plant summoning theme we have here. We're just summoning so many. We're going to summon our ult here just so he can kind of help us deal with these smaller enemies. Almost dashed straight into that attack. Thankfully, I backed up in time. And there we go. We got some attack speed and another perk. We got more Druid. And we got a legendary Druid. At max enraged stats, attacks taunt enemies hit while enraged and having armor plates. Knock back enemies. When an armor plate is destroyed, root. We're going to go with the legendary. I'm not entirely sure if we are what the max enraged stacks is. But hopefully we are not that far off. And we're just going to go with our basic attack here. Just because of how often we use it. And then our goal for our ultimate, our offense, we're kind of using just to trigger a lot of V plants. It does really good damage, though. Let's get all this gear put away. We still have a decent amount of reroll tokens. The mini-boss's damage reduction, we're going to skip it just because it's not offering us something we want. Just the movement speed to help us move around a bit more. Because we are using up a decent amount of our dashes. So if we get more movement speed, hopefully that will help us out as well, not having to use as many. We are dealing with a bunch of sniper enemies here. So you got to play it a bit careful. These guys do a lot of damage once they're locked onto you and they actually hit you. Thankfully, shooting burning missiles all over the place is helping us out quite a bit. Got one of these generators left before we have to deal with the big one. The nice thing about hitting these things is it's actually generating us our seeds. So we just got that free bit of seed generation from there, so we don't have to start off then trying to stack them the moment the enemies spawn in. Activate all our seeds. And there should only be the one enemy left. I was just trying to activate the seeds on him. Wasn't necessary, but just wanted to anyways. There's some more movement speed, and we should be approaching a shop. Here's a shop for us. And hopefully we get either a lot more mage perks or a lot more druid perks. More guardian wouldn't be bad as well. Even more priest. Honestly, there's a lot of things we want here. And here's a legendary mage perk. Periodically causes burning meteors to fall. Well, I will gladly take that. While Zen is active, all our abilities shock. That's okay. Oh, well, here's our Druid. Ultimate grants everyone max enrage stacks, which then triggers at max enrage stacks taunt enemies. So we have 2 Druid legendaries and the Mythic, which is insane to think about. Ultimate grants everyone max armor. Offense gains 10% of our max health as damage. That's going to be absolutely huge, just looking at what our other options are. An attack has a chance to spawn a healing orb. So our offense is way more powerful. And I cannot do math. I thought I could buy both of them. That's okay. We'll get the cooldown reduction here. Helping out our abilities a decent amount. I will just go with the mystery room here. See what we're able to get from it. And let's see if we can just win ourselves a free perk while we're here. There we go. Killing an enemy has a 25% chance to trigger Zen. We'll take it. And more max HP. So far turning out to be kind of a crazy run. This is like pretty much our first run with Beatrice. I did a testing run just to kind of figure out how the abilities kind of worked. Why am I'm so much faster for a second. Or I was so much faster. Yeah, like right now. We have such insane movement speed. That when we kill an enemy? Oh, it's probably from the Zen. It also might be from the rage. Ah, okay. While in ranged, we gain 25% more movement speed. Okay. The more you know. Yeah, okay, so that's going to help out with our survivability a decent amount. Just because now we're able to kite the enemies a lot better without having to worry about our dashes. And our offense actually dealing a considerate amount of damage because we have that buff to it now where it's triggered off our max HP. And the fact that we also have the legendary mage perk as well is absolutely insane. We could go with the super elites for exploding and poison puddles. And I do think I risk it here. And then just really play off our plants to keep us alive. We have a lot of armor plates. So hopefully we don't just immediately die. We do also have our ultimate. We do have to worry about the big guys. We're doing a decent amount of damage though, so we're just going to have to pick them off. Kind of one by one. Make sure we're dodging those grab attacks. But we are just going to do this one by one. That way I don't accidentally get grabbed by something insane. And then get pulled to so much damage. I'm going to put my ultimate down right on top of this generator. Kind of help us out. And we're going to activate our plants. Going to activate more of them. That way they're a bit closer. Activate more of our plants. We're just going to try keeping these enemies kind of in this choke point with how many plants we're spawning in. That way they have to walk to us. And there we go. We were able to deal with the super elites without really any issue whatsoever. I think I'm going to re-roll this and hope for mage. There we go. And we got another legendary mage. Stunning an enemy causes a burning meteor to fall on it. While enraged, attack grants 5 ability power, or a star spins around us and apply chill. We're going to go with the chill just to help us. If enemies get too close to us, they'll just get frozen. Well, chilled and then frozen. And we'll go with the mystery here. So we might keep going for more mage, druid, and then priest. We might take a little bit more guardian, but here's some priest. We'll take it. That way we don't use our reroll tokens. I'll reroll this, though. While barrier is active, you periodically burn nearby enemies, and when a barrier expires, it explodes. Don't mind if I take that, because we gain barrier the moment we use our special, which then burns and explodes, and then we can just pop another barrier on us that burns and then explodes. A really huge pickup just because we do have the barrier on our special and a bonus special charge. So priest really ties in with kind of druid and mage. The mini boss is double black coin, double health. I will take it here. It might be a little bit harder to deal with the mini boss on this character just because I don't have a whole lot of insane movement. We're just going to have to kind of wait for it to pop up. I'm going to use my ultimate here. And then we're going to have to make sure we dash a lot there. And then activate all our plants. We took some damage there, not the end of the world. Boss should be dead here in a second. Once he pops back up. And there we go. There is the boss dead right now. And we are going to be moving on. We are going to skip the shop and go for the black coin. Because I'm pretty confident in our ability to kill this final boss. So at this point, we're just going to be saving the black coin for the shop on the 3rd stage to help us out even more. We got so many plants spawning in now. So many missiles. Just freeze these enemies with our free defense that we're using. Open this chest here in the corner. Gotta worry about some of these enemies trying to pop up behind us. But I'll just throw down my specials, that way we get more plants. And then activate more plants. More special, more burning, more meteors, more burning, more meteors, more everything. Freeze all these enemies. Activate yet again more plants. And there we go. And let's get our ultimate at a higher level. And more max HP. We are still full health. I imagine the final boss for this one is going to be a lot easier just because it is stationary. So dropping our ultimate right on top of the boss's head is probably going to end up being really nice for us. We ended up getting shot twice there. We do got to still be careful with these ranged enemies. They do have that kind of like lock-on thing. Let's pop some more specials. That way we get our armor plates back. Got to stand inside of it to get the armor plate. We could also ultimate here for max armor plates, but do not think that is necessary. And there we go. Still think there is a generator left we have to deal with. There sure is. And I'm actually going to pre-pop both of these just so I am at max armor stacks. Worry about the sniper rifles first. If we have to just drop a defense on their head to freeze them, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, we're just gonna keep putting down our defense on top of them. That way they can't move. Let's go with the boss here. And then hopefully we're able to, like I said, with the ultimate, if we can just kind of drop it on the boss's head, and hopefully it does a ton of damage for us, that'd be super nice. We have over 1,000 black coins, so hopefully on loop 3. We still have to beat this boss, so let's not get too carried away. If we're not able to beat it, well, that's run over. But if we do beat it, we'll have enough black coin for the next shop once again. And then let's just summon all the plants we possibly can. And look at that damage. Oh my gosh, look at that damage. Can we kill the boss before it pops back up? No, it is going to go in the phase 2. We almost just straight up killed the boss before it even got into its second phase, which is an insane amount of damage. Gotta worry about some ads here, but that's okay. And the boss will be dead here just in a second. Our ultimate did exactly what we were hoping it to do, and it put in so much work for us. And that was the second boss. Almost just straight up killed it before it went up into its second phase. We are just going to continue. We are going to go into loop 3 here. We'll probably re-roll this first chest for more mage, more guardian. I'm just going to freeze all these books. That way they can't do anything to us. And there we go. We'll take more druid for this first perk just because we do have the mythic. While in ranged, killing an enemy shoots 3, and we'll root nearby enemies just to help kind of CC them. We'll take more movement speed. That way we don't have to do as many dashes. This character is turning out to be really good. I didn't expect this run to go nearly as well as it currently is. Obviously, we've gotten pretty lucky with a lot of perks. I mean, we do have the Mythic Druid perk and multiple legendaries that are really helping out. But just goes to showcase how insane runs can actually get just out of seemingly nowhere. We're just going to do a large freeze, that way we don't have to worry about these spinning enemies. And our abilities come off of cooldown so incredibly fast because of our blessed attacks reducing cooldown. So I actually think I'm going to go with more priest. Yeah, so our defense creates an area on the ground with 50% recovery. So now when we pop it, our defense just comes back immediately and we can just keep freezing enemies and then just keep healing ourselves over and over again. Let's go with a more cooldown reduction, I guess. Yeah, I feel like just summoning more and more plants. At this point, we might not even have to really auto-attack as long as we can keep putting stuff down. Enemy got frozen in the air. And yeah, we're just running around freezing everything at this point, just summoning as many plants as we possibly can. How many coins, keys do I have? I have 4. I'm not going to use it there. I will get more black coin, though. At this point, any perk we pick up is just a cherry on top, so this next shop is probably going to be insane. Let's get our plants down. Let's freeze these books. Let's freeze these spinning enemies. Didn't do it in time, that's okay. We do have to be careful because these spinning enemies will do a lot of damage to us. So gotta make sure we are applying those freeze stacks as often as we can. We do have a level up here. Gotta take our offense and send it to max. And then we'll be able to get our ultimate to max level. Let's go to this mystery room, see what we get. And let's go. We're not going to take the perk here. We are just going to keep continuing. We're either going to do the black coin and attack speed. We'll probably do that one. Let's go with the black coin and attack speed. The enemies explode, so we still have to be super careful with what's actually going on because we are taking so much damage because it is third loop. Okay, so it looks like to be a lot of small enemies, but they do explode. They do explode, so we don't want to get ourselves kind of put into a corner down there. We really don't want to get put into a corner. We're going to have to kind of keep kiting them here. Use our offense. And our offense just one-shot all these small guys. We'll freeze here. And I'll summon some more. And we'll send our offense down range again. Hopefully cleaning up a bunch of them. And there we go. We should have around 1,800 black coin. We sure do. I'm actually going to hit this chest and use a key here. Get closer to 1,900. Well, we got absolutely 0 black coin from that run. That's okay. Or that chest, I should say. If this mini boss offers us something really good, we might risk it on the mini boss, but it has to offer us something that we really, really want. And double crit chance is nice, but we're just going to get more ability power. I don't feel like we're needing a lot of crit. I also don't know if our summons go off of our stats. In which case, if they don't, then the crit chance, it's nice, but it's not super necessary. Our offense deals so much damage. Especially to these smaller enemies. If you look, we just use our offense and it almost just straight up one-shots everything. But let's get some more plants down. Let's free some more enemies. Let's use more offense to summon more plants. And, yeah, those are all the enemies dead. We could also use the gambling machine, but we're not going to just because the shop is right next door. It would be fun, but if we got, like, warrior and assassin perks, it really doesn't help us out a whole lot. Let's see. Zen is active. We don't really care about that one. More burn damage. I'll take that one. Which one was this? Heal 15. Dash grants us... We do dash a lot, so we will just take that one. Let's see. Special pulls. Dash spawns a healing orb. While enraged, chill nearby enemies. While enraged, gain 20 for each... Wait. Gain 20 ability power for each druid perk acquired. It's a lot of damage. And when damage taken, gain 25% attack speed. That one's not bad, but I will re-roll this, hopefully. While enraged and having armor plates, knock back enemies we collide with. Or we can buy both of them, so we'll get periodically strikes with lightning, and while enraged and colliding, we knock back enemies. We'll just go for the normal perk here. We still have a ton of reroll tokens, so I'm gonna be honest. At this point, I don't know what I'm re-rolling for. Maybe more druid, maybe more mage. Not entirely sure at this point, if I'm being completely honest. We are gonna use our defense to freeze these books. Ooh, we got hit pretty hard there. We just gotta focus up. We're not invincible. Deal with these healing enemies down here. And to freeze all these books. Got hit again, not the end of the world. We want to deal with the books before they summon in their kind of heat-seeking missiles on us. Thankfully, this enemy's kind of put himself into a trap. Activate our plant, and there we go. Let's go for... What else are we missing on Druid? We are still missing a lot of, like, rooting abilities. So I guess we'll go for more Druid here. Rooting applies burn. That sounds pretty good, but I'll actually re-roll this. While enraged, deal 20% increased damage. Actually, we'll just take the dash for movement speed. Help us just move around a lot easier while we're enraged and the dash. Giving us around, I believe, 50% just movement speed. Just between those two alone. There is sewers room. We do have some bandages. Here's more druid. Well, below 50% HP, 25% damage reduction. That's a warlock perk. We're not going to worry about that. And we are going to use one of our bandages here. And vampiric and poison puddles. We are going to risk it again on the double elites. This might not necessarily be the smartest of choices. Depending on what we get. Thankfully, the room is pretty big. So we have a lot of area to kind of kite enemies around. I'm just going to have to keep kind of moving. Thankfully, these enemies aren't super difficult to deal with. We got a pretty easy super elite room. At least for right now. I can't let's not say too much, because the moment I start talking is when I normally end up dying. We're just going to get more plants down. We're going to get both our charges up. We're going to put them over here just so we can get all those plants active. And there we go. We've got the 2 enemies left. And managed to take care of them. I do think I am going to go with double mage here. Gain 100% freeze damage when an armor plate's destroyed. I'm going to re-roll this. More offense. Freezing an enemy causes a chilling explosion. That one's not bad. When burn explodes, it fires 4 burning missiles. We're going to re-roll again. Oh. Ultimate creates a holy blizzard that chills enemies and blesses everyone inside. Yes, please. Hunting an enemy grants ability power and max HP, which we do when we're enraged. This is also really good to kind of help us start out room, but this one just giving us that max HP also helps us out quite a bit. We are only 1 level away from being maxed out, and our plant damage, like our ultimate base damage, goes from 29,000 to 88,000, which is absolutely crazy to think about. Let's just go for max health here. We gotta summon a bunch of stuff. Not get in the way of these books at all. And our damage is going up once again, and you can hear that kind of knockback sound effect happening, which is kind of funny. Let's get all these plants summoned for us. Use my offense to activate all of them. Watch out for the book laser beams. There's a lot of enemies over there. We're not gonna go back that way. We're gonna freeze these books. We're gonna ultimate this just to help us out. There's a ton of enemies now. Gonna activate more plants. We need more friends along the way to help us out. Activate more plants. This kind of elite enemy got healed, but we'll be okay. And there we go. And let's see. The Super Elite's offering double perk is crazy. It is exploding and it is regenerators. It would be super nice to go for that, but we're just going to go with the normal perk, especially being so close to the final boss. Let's activate all my plants. Summon more plants. Freeze more enemies. Summon more plants. Summon even more plants. Freeze more enemies. Summon more plants. Summon more plants. Freeze more enemies. And it's kind of a looping effect that we're able to achieve is super satisfying. We do get a few books to deal with. We do got to be careful of all these jumping enemies and use our dashes wisely. Thankfully, the movement speed is really coming in clutch. That way we don't actually have to use a whole lot of our dashes. We're able to kind of just run away from the enemies. I might take more mage here just to help out with damage. Well, we also get more damage for more druid, so hopefully that works. Dash roots 3 nearby enemies. I'll re-roll this. While enraged, deal 20% increased damage, and our ultimate is fully leveled up. How much black coin do I have? Literally none, so we are gonna go for the black coin here. And hopefully we are able to make it to the final boss. Gotta activate all these plants. Can't forget to do the most important step of the actual build. Freeze these spinning enemies. I don't want them getting anywhere near me like that one quite literally just did. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna freeze. We're gonna ultimate. We're gonna use our offense. We're gonna summon a lot more plants. More offenses. It does get pretty dicey with all these spinning enemies. So many enemies. There's a spinning enemy in this corner. We're going to take care of him. We're taking some damage. We're just going to keep kiting. Gotta make sure we're summoning those plants as much as possible. And there we go. We have the stars kind of rotating around us. I might just use the rest of my currency for stat boosters and hope for like some attack speed, some crit chance, even some ability power would be nice. Bleed doesn't do anything for us. Attack damage is fine. Let's hope for a few more. Poison damage, I don't think that does anything for us. Okay, hopefully we get at least one more. One more? Please, pretty please. And that's why you don't go gambling. Prime example right there. Exhibit A. You don't get anything. It never happens. Every time you think you're going to win, you just lose. I'm not going to throw the black coin away, but let's throw all this other stuff in there. We are most definitely going to skip the mini-boss here. For the final boss, we're going to really focus on timing our ultimate to get as much upside on the boss as possible. So one of the things we can do... Gotta focus up. We summoned our ultimate here just to help out, clean up a bunch of these enemies. And our ultimate kind of just one-shotting a lot of these enemies for us. Which is super nice. We got an army of plants right here just firing downrange. Making sure we're constantly dashing out of these enemies. I'm going to put my ultimate down in this corner, that way they have to walk into it. And look at our Chomper. Absolutely massacring those enemies for us. We got just the one left. Thankfully, he can't really move. I'll activate all my plants, and look at all these guys. Just applying all the status effects for us, which is super nice. And I will go for the true heal here, that way we are full HP. Alarm level almost 2,000. And it should be mystery, and then I believe the final boss. Hopefully we get treasure room. Or free perk. Free perk would be nice as well. And we got a ton of enemies. but our offense just cleaving through them immediately, which is huge for us. And here is the final boss. This is Loop 3 final boss on Beatrice. Hopefully we are able to beat it. But what I was talking about with timing our ultimate is we'll probably use one at the beginning. And then other than that, we want to... I'm going to use a bandage here just to be full HP. When the boss jumps and hits the ground and that fire wave comes up, we're going to dash across it and try putting down kind of another ultimate. But we're going to start here by throwing down our specials. And then throw down our ultimate. And we're 1 HP. Gotta dodge a lot. We gotta activate more of our plants. The boss is gonna start spinning. We need him to come back to our ultimate here. Gotta activate all of our plants. We're just gonna keep activating all of them. No! I went to go put down more plants, but we ended up dying. We definitely had that boss if I paid a little bit more attention to what was going on. But that was Beatrice. That was Liberation Difficulty 3. And that was Loop 3, I mean, not Difficulty 3. But 50 million damage. Easily could have beaten it there, but tried getting greedy with our plant summons. But thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, hit that like and subscribe button as it's greatly appreciated. And until next time, take care.